This is just the best part of my day.
Nope, scratch that. Reverse it.
My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma told your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go one day. Oh, Jacques Marfinade, Jacques Marfinade. Look at my king all dressed in red. I go one day. I bet you $5 he'll kill you dead. Jacques Marfinade, talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go one day. Oh, Jacques Marfinade.
Disingenuous. I said farting corpse movie as if I don't know what that movie's called. Who am I trying to kid?
Oh, I do that all the time. Anytime I'm lightly embarrassed to remember the name of some actor, they're like, yeah, what's his face from the fucking stupid movie
What's
that
his
I
face,
don't
whose
like,
name
obviously.
I know and I've committed to memory. Jessi Kat, how you doing? I haven't heard you in a minute. You chilling?
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm looking at fan art for A Court of Thorns and Roses because I just finished the book.
Whoa.
And I want to know what other people think these things look like.
I want to know how they draw the dicks, you know?
Yeah.
That's one of those fucking books, right? They fucking?
Yeah, they fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the book I'm reading for book club, its only saving grace is that there's some fucking. It's really dire straits in there. Except for every so often they start fucking, and I'm like, all right, here we go.
What book is it?
Oh, Heart the Lover or something like that. It's boring as fuck. It's about like grad school English students, and I'm like, you could not have chosen a more annoying sort of person that a book could be about.
It's sort of we saw it and everyone didn't like it, but we liked it and we saw it together in person, and the name is escaping me.
A Man Called Otto. We saw that together and I liked it. I cried at Otto.
This is a
he
Julia
felt
film.
something.
This is a
We
Julia
saw it
After the Hunt.
After the Hunt.
This sounds like After the Hunt, but boring, and the fucking is pretty consensual.
Right, as opposed to After the Hunt, where the fucking is nefarious. Even the consensual fucking is wrong.
Exactly.
No, these
And
people
not-
want to be
yeah.
fucking, which is cool.
That makes sense. I feel like I tried to read The Magicians when I was younger, and it was sort of a similar vibe, but I think the first sexy scene, sort of sex scene, was they were like shifted into foxes, like winter foxes. And I was like, I don't know if I can get into this, because I was like just over 18, where I was like, yeah, racy subject matter. And then that was happening, and I was like, but not this, maybe.
But not like this.
No.
How much description of fox genitalia was there?
I mean, that's a good question.
I don't remember. I just remember being like, I don't think this is for me, whatever this is.
I was gonna, lightly skim my copy of The Magicians for the Fox sex, but it's buried under too many books. I can't. It's not worth it. The whole tower will collapse if I try and pull it out.
I think it's pretty early. I think if you're looking for it, you can find it pretty early.
You gotta understand how many books I have checked out from the library right now on the top of this TBR pile. It's The Magicians is not going out.
Is it but it's a library checkout? Like it's something that you were going to read this year?
The Magicians is not, but there are several library checkouts on top. I mean, listen, hey, I'll send you a pic of the TBR pile, and it is a pile. Bed for reference. And I'll send it, Mike and Jenny, I'll send it to you as well. I don't want you to be left out of the TBR pile. Please feel free to weigh in if you also read books about fucking.
I tend not. I don't think most of my books have fucking in them, which is not intentional.
I
It just sort of
read
happens.
Heated Rivalry, so that answers that question. It is 80% fucking.
TV's Kevin, what I like about the photo that you just sent us is that there's no titles. It's all mysterious. So this could just be like garbage, but you're like, look, I read. Look how literate I am.
Yeah, it's a stack of like 25 books or whatever, but you don't know what any of them are.
These could be trash.
Am I almost finished with Project Hail Mary? I'll never tell.
Project Runway. I'll never tell.
I'm with the novelization of Project Runway.
Avida San.
Oh, there's at least one Dune in this stack.
Wow.
I know that guy's name.
You saw Frank Herbert.
Eagle-eyed viewers.
May have noticed Frank Herbert the Pervert's name right there in the middle of the pile. It's the last Dune book that Frank Herbert wrote. It's called like Chapter House Dune or something embarrassing. But I really, really did not enjoy Dune Book 5. So Dune Book 6 is not hot in the run-in for next thing I'm going to pick up.
I didn't even know there were so many Dunes. Too Dune, too Furious.
Yeah, there are 6. This is what everyone thought was going to open up the America's Sweethearts episode. There are 6 Dune books that Frank Herbert wrote, and then when he died, his son Brian wrote like 30 Dune.
He cranked them out.
So many.
And I'm sure his contribution was like writing like one sentence descriptions of what each of the novels should be about and then sending them to somebody else.
Yeah, he wrote his name, Brian Herbert, and then he was like, all right, the rest is up to you, actually. Like all those James Patterson books where like James Patterson's name is huge, and then it says, and also, Jennifer Goodwin or something, and you're like, oh, Jennifer Goodwin actually wrote the book. I don't know why I went to Jennifer Goodwin.
The average person. What confuses me is the ones that he writes with like Bill Clinton or whatever.
Right,
like,
who actually wrote that book? Was it James? Was it Bill? Or a third individual who is not mentioned on the cover of the book? Mm-hmm. And isn't the Bill Clinton one, it's about like a president, right?
Yes, the president is missing, I think.
Oh, no.
Is what the title is called. Yeah.
Oh,
which,
my
like,
God.
just check one of the closets. He's probably in there. I don't know. He's probably hiding.
Yeah. Hillary will never find me. He's playing hide and seek, but Hillary doesn't know. Is a political thriller by former U.S. President Bill Clinton and novelist James Patterson. It's Clinton's first novel, says Wikipedia.
Oh,
that's
interesting.
That's crazy. First, and I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Clinton and Patterson also teamed up to write a standalone novel with new characters, The President's Daughter, released in June 2021. I do not know a lot about The President's Daughter.
Wow.
Besides their name is Chelsea.
Hillary did one of these too. Not with
Really?
Patterson, but with somebody else. Like, I don't know, Jodie Picoult or something. Somebody weird.
Do you remember
Is
the Disney
that-
Channel original film, My Date with the President's Daughter? Great film.
I don't remember that. There's also the book
Novel.
Rodham. Did she have anything to do with Rodham, which was like
Ooh, I don't
a
know.
liberal AU where Hillary won the election?
State of Terror by Hillary Rodham Clinton and Louise Penny.
State of Terror.
State of Terror.
Oh my goodness.
The song of My Date with the President's Daughter goes, My date with the President's daughter, my date with her. Yep. And it
That
was
was good. It's catchy.
I think it was Katie Holmes played the president's daughter in that
Wow.
Believe so.
film.
Rodham is an American alternative history novel written by Curtis Sittenfeld and published in 2020. The novel imagines a world in which 2016 U.S. Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Rodham Clinton never married Bill Clinton and instead pursued her own political career. This is even weirder than the What If Hillary Won book. This is just like a whole alternate life
Wow.
version of Hillary. That's crazy. If she was like a Peggy Olson Mad Men type figure, made her own way.
Wow. I'm learning so much about novels authored by former political figures who were married to each other.
Yeah, I guess actually, Hillary Innocent, she didn't have anything to do with this book.
Oh, yeah, that's
true. It was written of her. But yes, there's whatever book you listed. My God, these titles are flying out of my brain.
Yeah, State of Terror. It's a very catchy title. It could, it could only refer to one specific situation
A State of Terror.
that is covered in this novel. Yeah.
Oh, it's a spinoff of Penny's Inspector Gamache series, is State of Terror. It's about Inspector Gamache.
Gamache?
It's Gamache. They ran out of detective name. Like you gotta have like a detective, a Mrs. Marple mystery or whatever, but they ran out of the good names, so it's Inspector Gamache now. A novice U.S. Secretary of State joins the administration of her rival, a president inaugurated after 4 years of American leadership that shrank from the world stage. What? What? A series of terrorist attacks throws the global order into disarray, and the secretary is tasked with assembling a team to unravel the deadly conspiracy, a scheme carefully designed to take advantage of an American government dangerously out of touch and out of power in the places where it counts the most. Okay, but here's a devastating review of State of Terror. That is its entire Wikipedia page. There is no elaborated summary. There is no reception category. It is 3 paragraphs for a book co-authored by Hillary Rodham Clinton. What about where are the Gamache fans here writing up detailed summaries? Armand Gamache, once played by Alfred Molina in the series 3 Pines.
Now you're just
You guys remember 3 Pines? It was an Amazon Prime original series. It was about Inspector Gamache. It was called 3 Pines.
Damn, I was really gonna try to say that it was like a DirecTV original that was like only available on like satellite TV, which nobody had. You know, that's what that feels like.
Yeah. It was on Facebook Watch. Facebook's streaming service. It was on Facebook Watch, where one could once watch Queen America, starring Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Ooh.
Speaking
I
of,
smell a transition.
That one I heard about, and then I realized it was
because
in,
this
I think, a thing about Facebook Watch shows.
What? Okay. Oh, before I introduce the show, I was so close to doing it, but now can everyone just real quick rank their top 5 Facebook Watch shows?
Oh gosh, there was.
Can you just give me a quick 5? I mean, there's so many to choose from.
what
Do you
does
know
this
there
mean?
was that one with like Elizabeth Olsen that was like, was it like Sorry to Bother You? No, that's the real movie.
That's a real movie.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was.
What's Facebook Watch?
Oh, you don't. Well, Jessi Kat, are you doing a bit? You don't remember Facebook's own proprietary streaming service, Facebook Watch,
No.
featuring such original programming as Scam Austin,
No,
5
missed me.
points, Turnt. You don't remember Turnt? How much you loved watching Turnt? It
This
ran
in-
for 1 season, which was made of 40 episodes.
This entirely missed me. Like 100% missed me.
You don't remember Sorry for Your Loss, which I think was the show Mike was thinking
Yes,
of? It has
Sorry for
Elizabeth
Your Loss.
Olsen and Keller Marie
Why did I say
Tran
that?
after Star Wars?
Yeah, why did I say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Facebook Watch has less of a cultural imprint than Quibi, if that
Quibi
is
is at
even
least
possible.
a joke. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Facebook Watch had the WWE Mixed Match Challenge where boys and girls wrestled each other.
Such brilliant ideas over there.
They
I
had
was like
golfing.
90% sure that the Watcher guys had a Facebook Watch show, and this is impossible to Google.
No, I don't think
is
that.
Those are like, synonyms
Yeah.
of each other.
Watcher, Facebook Watch. They're like, yeah, buddy. And then they're just going to show you like people selling watches on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Allegedly, there were 12 episodes of The Real World that aired on Facebook Watch.
The least real streaming service.
Yeah, one of the least real ones. Although some diligent Wikipedia updater has gone through every single one of these shows and marked its status as ended, including works cited when Facebook announced like what shows were canceled. You could have there's a little link that blew. Of course, Anderson Cooper Full Circle. Will that move to CNN Plus?
Yeah.
Which. Obviously, but the rest of them are ended. So if Full Circle with Anderson Cooper is still on, it is the only surviving Facebook Watch show.
Wow, what a legacy to leave behind. The last
Truly.
remnant of Facebook Watch.
Anderson Cooper keeping that flag alive.
And I'm sure he thinks about it every day.
Yeah, he remembers. If I met Anderson Cooper and I asked him, do you remember when you had a show on Facebook Watch? He would definitely say yes.
Not like, get away from me.
Not like, who are you?
No.
Don't you know who I am? Absolutely. But this is, of course, Run the Julias, the only podcast brave enough to cover every single cinematic work of America's sweetheart, Julia Roberts. We are one of Spotify's top 25% best reviewed podcasts. I am one of your hosts, Facebook Watches TV's Kevin Lanigan, and it's time to get out the prickers.
Oh my god, that was so good.
So good.
I'm your other co-host, Jessi Kat Scott. And and I losing 60 pounds, that's a Backstreet Boy.
That's a Backstreet Boy. This movie came out in the year 2001.
And you felt it in every shred of it.
In every frame. This is a movie that did not experience 9/11. And joining us today, one returning guest, one new guest, and I didn't ask how they'd like to be billed, so I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Oh boy. Hello, I'm Quibi's Mike Frollo.
Just a quick bite of Frollo is all you need. You gotta
anything more than that, I do not recommend it.
And I am Tumblr Goblin, Jenny. I was Jenny Beans last time. I was like, I don't have a last name. Nobody's allowed to dox me.
I remember
I
that.
don't care. I have no
impressed.
secrets. Swap me. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Because it's very hard to find my name if you look up, like, Mike Frollo.
Yeah, really, really, really difficult. You definitely did not both have a podcast together at one point. That
with
is
both
still
of our
up and
with our
available
first and
for
last
people.
names attached to it.
Yeah, with your government names slapped right on the front of it. Yes, of course. From the And the Nominees Were podcast is Mike Frollo and
yes.
Jenny, no last name.
Now in its eighth glorious year of not existing anymore.
Keep us wanting more. You gotta keep us wanting more.
That's they always say always so that's why I decided to end the podcast one episode before we finished a miniseries.
Yeah.
Just did not release an episode about The Godfather, the most famous movie of all time.
You're on a George R.R. Martin publishing schedule. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
It's really more of a George R.R. Martin editing schedule, because that episode does exist.
Oh,
It's somewhere.
Sure.
It's on a hard drive. It's probably on this hard drive that I hold in my hands.
Careful with that hard drive. It has the lost episode on it.
And all of
Absolutely.
our Patreon bonus episodes that I never
yeah.
released because nobody ever subscribed to our Patreon.
Classic story. I don't know what that's like. But yes, does everyone remember in the movie Logan Lucky? There's that amazing joke where the prisoners want a copy of The Winds of Winter by George R.R. Martin, and the warden has to tell the prisoners that it's not out yet, that George R.R. Martin is behind schedule, like by 5 years, and the book is still not out yet, and that movie came out like 9 years ago.
Yeah, and that was Steven Soderbergh's return from retirement, and since he has released like 15 movies.
That's right.
In
George
the
R. R.
time
Martin
that George
needs to
R.
take
Martin
a few
has not.
lessons from SS, old Steven Soderbergh. Gotta take some lessons from Sodi.
I hope that I hope he just like has it finished and just decides never to release it to screw those people. Like
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like when he departs from this earth, there will just be a full stack of like 4 novels, all done and ready to go.
It's the only other thing in the vault with that Robert Rodriguez whiskey advertisement short film that's going to release in the year like 2125 or something.
I can't wait.
I got my tickets. I'm simply two-seated. They told me that the whiskey short film will not be released for another 89 years, but I'm simply two-seated. Jessi Kat, do you know about the secret short film?
So, there's been a lot of references to things that I've never heard of, and I'm starting to think that I have been existing in like a different realm.
Episode is a prank.
I'm just starting to
We
think
are
that, like,
making stuff up.
I was starting to recently feel like I on and off have felt like a non-playable character for a while, my whole life. And I've been feeling it more recently, and this is just sort of like confirming it, where I'm like, yeah, I just don't get to go over there. That's not in my story track. I don't get to know these things.
You've been feeling like a Skyrim NPC who just says like, crafts, find dwarven crafts over and over again.
Yeah.
Somebody
That's sort
stole
of-
your sweet roll. That's what they all say.
That's what they all say. I'm sorry, crafts, find dwarven crafts is a Dragon Age Origins.
Oh god. Yeah.
This is again
NPC.
another thing that I don't think I have never heard of.
Unfortunately, I was the wrong person to have on your podcast if you want references to things that people have heard of and understand. I exclusively talk about things that no one has ever heard of.
Let's talk about things that everyone has heard of, like National Treasure: Edge of History, a streaming original National Treasure series starring Catherine Zeta-Jones.
What?
We all watched it.
Are we making
course.
This was on Disney Plus, right?
Disney Plus
Yeah.
original series.
This is stressing me out. I'm starting to get
Where Catherine
incredibly
Zeta-Jones
stressed
played
out.
Billy Pierce.
All I
iconic
know
Billy
about it is
Pierce.
that she had like white hair and she looked great, and that's
Yeah, she's Catherine
I
Zeta-Jones.
mean, likely thing for Catherine Zeta-Jones to do.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think she was a wonderful performer. Of course, she was also very well known for looking great. I think that's kind of one of the primary things that people knew about her. Was it her pussy that gave Michael Douglas cancer, or was it a different?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was her pussy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jessi Kat, do you know that one?
Nope.
All right. Who wants to explain?
So
I think-
Michael Douglas got mouth cancer or throat cancer, and he insisted that he had read a study where you had higher likelihood of it happening to you if you performed a lot of cunnilingus. And everybody was like, well, of course he did. Look at his wife.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Basically,
Michael
I couldn't have
Douglas
said
is
it better.
sticking with the story that he got throat cancer from going down on Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes. And you know what?
Wow.
I believe him.
And hey, what a way to go, you know?
And I say, bring on the chemo. You know what I mean?
He put in the work.
Absolutely. No one has ever put in more work in that field of study than one Michael Douglas.
Dang. Yeah, this is another thing that missed me entirely. But a reference I did catch was I thought it was interesting that they included like footage that was sort of referential to Chicago, which would come out the next year in this movie, where Catherine Zeta-Jones was an entirely Velma's costume, and
Yeah.
and and the through line being Fosse. So same
They're
exact
they're
creative.
performing cabaret, but not cabaret.
And she's
it's
wearing
exactly
the-
cabaret, except all the words are different.
And she's wearing exactly what she will wear the following year in Chicago, which won Best Picture. So it's pending.
Yeah.
So like the footage is like it's during the rehearsal process, I'm guessing, of they're rehearsing for Chicago. And I remember they were rushing some of that because she was pregnant and had to disguise it. But it's the same wig, same costume, same lot of it. And then I was like, wouldn't this be fun if this was the prequel somehow to Chicago, set in a different time period, because it's her sister doing number 17, The Spread Eagle, with her ex-husband. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Pop Six Squish Cicero Lipschitz in a lot of ways.
Tag yourself. I'm Lipschitz.
I'm Squish.
Nice.
That's tough.
It is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
We can do repeats if
Oh,
you have one of those.
I had to tag myself. What piece of media am I tagging myself that I forgot already?
To sell Block Tango in my head right now, so that I can, really give this the attention it deserves.
Squish.
Cicero.
Cicero. Lipschitz.
You know what? I think
Pop
I'm
Six Squish. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think you're that's
That's a good one.
Mike, you could be Cicero.
Sure.
Or Pop.
The mayor from
Lipschitz.
Megalopolis.
Yes, Mayor Cicero. Oh, can you imagine? They could have resolved a lot of problems in this movie if they had had a little Megalon. If they had a little Megalon, they could have really patched up some. They could have made some films.
It would have changed the game in this movie specifically.
I do
Really
think
could
the
use
Christopher
Megalon.
Walken character in this movie does have Megalon. I don't know how to. I can't prove it.
Has everything else. He has the Unabomber's cabin just in his front lawn.
He edits its editing shack. His editing bungalow is the Unabomber's cabin.
That's maybe the best joke in the movie when Stanley Tucci says that he bought the Unabomber's cabin, and then, 20 seconds later, you just see it on the lot.
Yeah, which is good. I think my favorite joke in the movie, a movie full of so many good jokes,
I mean,
was the one of two actors who were kind of race bending in this movie, but Alan Arkin as the wellness guide, who's like, we have a saying in my language, it's shibbity bobbity pop pop pop, and then he says, what does that mean? And he's like, I don't know, it's old. No,
That was good.
we don't remember what it means. We don't remember.
That was good. That's when some of that part is when I started realizing what kind of comedy this movie was, because I wasn't quite sure. And then as those jokes started coming in, I was like, oh, this is a comedy. Like, this is very much a comedy.
Yeah,
because the jokes
co-written
just kept
by
on
Billy
coming.
Crystal. You know,
Yeah.
I really felt
his
it.
Authorial stamp.
This is maybe the silliest movie that Billy Crystal has written, because he wrote like Mr. Saturday Night, which is like a sappy dramedy, and like Forget
This was
Paris.
very silly. Yeah,
Yeah, this
and I
was
really
incredibly silly.
I felt that from him. It felt like it had a lot of his whimsy in it. Even like the early reference to When Harry Met Sally, as one of the like dumb rom-coms that they had starred in together. That was fun. Like renaming like Identifiable, but one of them being like clearly a ripoff of When Harry Met Sally early was really funny.
All I could think during that clip too is like how weird that autumn looked. Like it was clearly supposed to be When Harry Met Sally, but like all of those leaves looked plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could say like maybe that was the
Yeah.
joke that they're going for here.
Yeah.
I think if I have a problem with this movie, it is that 3 of the 4 main leads are horribly miscast and underwritten. I think if I were to criticize this movie at all, but Billy's great. Billy wrote himself a real Billy Crystal kind of part, you know? He made me laugh a few times.
Yeah, you know, I have a soft spot for Billy Crystal and all of his problematic Borscht Belt humor. You know, I grew up watching the Oscars every year that he hosted, and so anytime
Unfortunately,
he puts out
he did
one of
not
those
do
Billy,
the Jazz Man.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to see in this movie. But yeah, anytime he busts out one of those like real like Oscar monologue one-liners, I'm like, that's Billy. That's the Billy
That's
I know.
Billy. And then, you know, he gets his balls licked by a dog a couple of times.
That was crazy.
That's Billy all over.
Very Billy. Yeah, this movie ends with a callback to that joke.
To that joke.
The last thing you see is a close-up of Billy Crystal's face, where he's like, "Not again," and then cuts to credits.
That was
It's
insane.
amazing.
I'm sorry I didn't call.
There were a lot of parts of watching this movie, and there were a lot of movies at this time, like kind of Drop Dead Gorgeous being another one that's like a big favorite of mine, but there are parts of that movie that could never be made today. And there was a lot of that within the very plot of this movie revolving around the John Cusack being absolutely like so mentally ill and everybody making such a joke about it. Like, and what he was able to get away with, you were just like, this would be the villain in almost every movie today, or be like, this person really needs to get help, but instead all of his insane behavior was like played for laughs. It was a really weird frame for that kind of character. It was hard to sort of like tap into the whole time, of being like, we're just all kind of putting this like suicidal mentally. I really liked the recurring bit of gratitude, and like I think the mental health tropes were really funny, but the scenarios that they kept putting him in, like the masturbating by the pool and like the jumping off the roof, like they were just things where you're like, whoa.
He had to get out the prickers. The only scene of this movie I had seen previously to watching it, I of course watched this movie on Canopy, the library streaming service. Your tax dollars at work allowed me to watch America's Sweethearts. And the only scene I had seen previously was the prickers scene. I was hanging out with a high school friend who had cable, and like this movie was on. He's like, "Oh, you've never seen this?" And it was the prickers scene. And so I kind of thought this was a movie about like a guy who got a cactus on his wiener. I didn't know like the rest of the frame of the movie.
Yeah, you know, say what you will about the rest of the movie, but this movie gave us John Cusack with a cactus stuck on his dick. And
I'm
then,
laughing just thinking about it.
And they had to make John Cusack pretend that he was jacking off. And
he's like wildly flailing his hand around too. Like, so you watch that security footage and you're like, this guy doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah,
He's gonna hurt himself.
John Cusack has been in so many comedies, and this is maybe the silliest performance that he's ever given. And it's a performance where he's like suicidally mentally ill, you know.
Yeah, because John Cusack is
Stalker.
like, he's in Hot Tub Time Machine, but he's very serious in Hot
Yeah.
Tub Time Machine. He's the grounding presence of the Hot Tub Time Machine film.
He and Nicolas Cage have always sort of been two sides of a similar coin for me. They're not exactly the same, but there's something with them.
And they iconically teamed up in the film Con Air. You can go listen to the Hogs to Slop episode about Con Air, one of the great films of all time.
You know, Nicolas Cage, he's always like unhinged, even in the most like kind of normal roles. And John Cusack is like kind of the opposite, where like they will give him so much to do and he will underplay it masterfully.
That's what was
in every
crazy about
situation.
this, is that he was such a weird choice to play this kind of like role, like the description of what was supposed to be everything that we were supposed to know about this character before we got to see him. Like all the context just did not line up with what we were seeing. I think like the pricker scene could have easily been resolved if like they had absolved him a little bit, but I think the press response and just the way that they just kind of kept doing things, I was like, this is in no way realistic. Like this sort of sex offender paparazzi moment was just like, it didn't feel, I don't know. It completely took me out. I was like, it's a funny bit, but it like, the way it's handled as a plot made no sense to me. And it was hard to kind of tap back in.
No, I do think, you know, I'm a Cusack fan, but I think Cage in this role could have maybe like found the through line that I think Cusack is missing here.
Yeah.
I just think it's a very straight. I mean, you know, it's hard to necessarily like really work with this material, but I think Cage just kind of has this ineffability about him that can make you like side with him when he's going nuts, whereas like Cusack, as you were saying, Jessi Kat, I was just like, this man is a danger to himself and everyone around him, and Julia Roberts, you should not be kissing him on the mouth. You should not be going to bed with this unstable man.
She would need to be a little more fucking quirked up for this to make sense. Like they needed to like quirk her up a bit for this to like track,
They
because
did
she
need
was
to
just
quirk
too
her up.
yeah. She was just like
I mean,
normal Julia Roberts going for this man for some reason.
I do think that I kind of liked John Cusack in this role, and I think like, yeah, like it's such a weird part as written, because is this like, you know, like incredibly depressed and angry man, which like Cusack can play that pretty well, like high fidelity. But then like on a dime, whenever he has scenes with Julia Roberts and he's supposed to be like charming and charmed by her, he also does that too. It doesn't make sense like within the character, but like he's so good at like when he's talking to Julia Roberts and he just like locks in and actually listens to her, you're like, that's okay, that's charming. That's why you cast Cusack, I think, is because you need a little bit of that charm. I don't know.
Yeah, this movie does sort of posit that like all his mental issues are not like rooted in his psyche that need, you know, a lot of medication and things to like sort through. It seems to posit that his mental issues are because he has a bitch ex-wife, and once he is away from his bitch ex-wife, his brain is perfect and fine now.
And like, you know, who can't relate to that? You know, we all have we all have a bitch ex-wife.
Yeah, sometimes being married to a hot narcissist, Catherine Zeta-Jones, will send you to the brink. And I feel like there was...
Or give you throat cancer.
Yeah, and I think there was a fun way to play it, and this was maybe a little underplayed. Like, I don't know. I think just like the tone was sort of all over the place for me, and yet I was really enjoying the comedy of it, so it was all okay. But
I also did not love the framing of the Catherine Zeta-Jones character, that she is like, she's just an evil bitch. Like there's no extra dimensionality to her.
Yeah.
She is not misunderstood. Like if this movie were made by like good filmmakers in like the 40s or something. If this was like Philadelphia Story, it's like, well, you can see everyone's different opinions and everyone's different side, and actually it just didn't work because of circumstances and they got in each other's way, you know, or whatever, and we can resolve it, we can all be human. Whereas this movie is like, this guy's good, this lady sucks, and he needs to go kiss Julia Roberts, who we are telling you, the audience, is not hot. You know what I mean? We're going to look at you in 2001 and pretend like it's a big surprise that Julia Roberts is hot.
Well, she wears those little tiny glasses.
She's wearing glasses, hair pulled back, so she's she's disgusting.
The only reason she's hot now is because she lost 60 pounds. That's what they were saying.
Yup.
They were like, she wasn't hot at all, but there was still some chemistry between the two of them, which I kind of liked. They were like, because he was like, I don't care, and I liked that. I liked that he was like, I didn't notice, and I thought that was like, cute.
Yeah, I did like, you know, I was afraid of the framing, like as soon as there was a flashback to her with a fat suit on, I was like, oh no, oh boy, and like it isn't great, but like. The way that Cusack was just like, oh, I never noticed. Like, you didn't look overweight to me. I was like, that's nice. So, like, it can't... the movie just does both things at once. Makes a big deal out of it and also doesn't. And they just choose not to choose.
Right. It's important that he saw her for who she was when she was overweight, and it's also important that she's not overweight now. Yeah. And everybody wins! Mm-hmm. Everybody wins!
That's the real 2001 attitude for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, I can see her for her inner beauty, but she also has a lot of outer beauty. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw a movie recently that actually used this trope, and I thought it was fun to see it in 2026. I was like, oh, we're still doing it, and it was in a kind of silly way. I saw Send Home with Rachel McAdams. I don't know if you've heard of this movie.
Send Help?
No. Send Help, yeah.
And I'm seeing it tomorrow. I'll be sending for help tomorrow.
Oh my god, it was very fun. It was very fun. And she has to play like drab at the beginning, and you're just watching and you're like, this is Rachel McAdams. You did your very best. You did your very best, but you still cannot disguise Rachel McAdams in drab. It's not possible, and that's kind of a silly thing to watch. But I had a very good time watching that movie.
I can't wait. I haven't sent for help yet. I did see the movie Mercy last night, starring Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Big recommend. Go see it. Everyone, go see it. Get your popcorn. It's IMAX. You know, it says they emphasize on every poster. They're like 3D. Filmed for IMAX, and it is all like people looking at apps on their phone. It is one of those movies where you're looking at the phone the whole time, and you're watching like Instagram reels in like IMAX 3D. It's the best movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's amazing. If you can believe this, it's politics. Bad. It's amazing. We're doing an emergency Hogs to Slop about Mercy. The people need to know. It's amazing. Rebecca Ferguson, she can't be bad though. You know, worst piece of shit you've ever seen. You're like, Rebecca, you're knocking it out of the park once again.
Oh, on the topic though of John Cusack and Julia Roberts, like as a couple, it really distracted me when they finally kissed because his head is like double the size from her.
3 times the size of her head. It looked like he was eating her. It looked like he was going to like swallow her head whole like a snake.
And it was just, I don't know. I was just like, does he have extra forehead? Like, what is happening here?
John Cusack just has a little bit extra everything going on in the face. It's all sort of out of proportion.
He has a lot of face. It's true. Mm-hmm. He's got a big, like, Irish potato head. I don't know if he's Irish, but he's got a big Irish potato head.
I'm, like, 90% sure, but now I have to know. We had a whole running joke that, like, our follow-up podcast to our podcast that doesn't exist anymore, we were going to do the films of all the Cusacks, called Jacques Cusack.
Yeah, John and Joan, and like I guess Anne, and there's a couple others. There's like 5 Cusacks.
Yeah. So this is the kind of fundamental information that I should know.
Yeah. But his name is Cusack, and he's from Chicago. He's Irish, you know.
He's got to be Irish. I think it's okay to not know the racial makeup of a guy you don't have a podcast about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm gonna give you some grace on that. You don't
even if you Irish
I don't
Catholic
know what
family.
Julia's made of.
Of course,
you know what I mean. Yeah. So we talked about her a little bit. I do want to get into the Catherine Zeta-Jones career arc, because it is like it's a real like burns bright and fades out so quickly. The drop off is like so precipitous. It's wild. It's Lohan-esque, but she didn't have like the public problems that Lindsay Lohan had.
Yeah, because like she had been in like British television for like 10 years before she showed up in a Hollywood movie in like 95 or something like that, right? And then she has this amazing like 5-year ascendancy to like Chicago and winning Best Supporting Actress, and then just like going, that's it, I'm good, you know.
Yeah, it's really crazy because, like, you know, she's essentially unknown here in the States until 98 when she's in The Mask of Zorro, of course.
That's wow. I didn't realize it was that late.
Well, before that, she was in The Phantom, but nobody saw The Phantom except for us.
Phantom.
She's in The Phantom, but, you know, she's not, like, one of the top... I guess she's, you know, fourth billed on IMDb, but, you know...
That's true.
That was also,
she's
like,
really
a very
good.
niche...
She's actually really good in The Phantom.
Yeah.
I believe it.
She plays like a plucky pilot, and she's like, I'm a woman and I can do anything, and I'm going to fly this plane. That's basically what she...
Isn't she the evil
Sounds
one?
good.
She probably is evil, too. I
probably...
haven't seen that movie in like 10 years.
I just remember I wanted the two girls to kiss in that.
Mm-hmm.
She's on one episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah.
She did the Chronicles, and then but like after Zorro hits, it's like boom, Entrapment and The Haunting in '99. Two not good movies, but movies that kind of like kept her star persona alive. I mean, Entrapment is entirely a movie about looking at her butt while she steals things.
That is 100% all that they did in the marketing, was just like that one shot of her butt going through some lasers just over and over.
Yeah, that's it. As far as I know, that is the plot of the movie. Is she's going to go through lasers for about 2 hours, and you're going to watch her butt the entire time.
I have seen the movie Entrapment. We both watched it, and like,
oh wow,
yeah, but because I'm like, well, I got to see the Catherine Zeta-Jones butt movie, and you know, not enough Catherine Zeta-Jones butt, too much Sean Connery like talking in a castle. Nothing happens in that movie, which is why they sold it on the one shot of her butt.
It's a very weird vibe with her and Sean Connery, too, because it's like a romance, but also they don't want to really commit to it. So, like, you don't...
Because he's 50 years older than she is.
They're like, but, you know, for his own ego, we can't be like, well, he's too old for her. So we got to sell this romance, but also, like, you can't see them kiss, because then it's gross.
Right. Yeah, that would be one step too far. It's like how The Rock never kisses anybody on screen, where we're all like, I don't need to see that. Then, of course, in the year 2000, I mean, let me hit you with a little High Fidelity and a little Traffic. You know, I mean, what a huge year. You're in the Best Picture winner. You're on the poster of these movies. You know what I mean? Like, she's hitting it huge. And, of course, a little Cusack in there.
Yeah.
And then America's Sweethearts. I have no idea how this movie did at the domestic box office. But Chicago... then she does a Coen Brothers movie and a Spielberg movie and a Soderbergh movie and then a Zorro sequel, and then she's kind of done. And then, you know, she continues to do a couple things here and there over the years, but she's mostly out now.
I do think, you know, like, she has like 4 kids with Michael Douglas, and I'm sure she has to do a lot of the work because he's, you know, he was like 80 years old when they met. She's a family person now.
It's true. Her daughter, Wednesday.
Yeah, she's Morticia Addams now.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm 20 years too old to watch that show,
Exactly.
but, you know, people seem to like it. I bet she's good on it. She's married to Luis Guzman on that show. That sounds nice.
I like that choice for Gomez, honestly. Like, that's really, like, comics Gomez, you know? Like,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he was just like a weird little freak
he's a little guy.
in the comic.
Yeah, Raul Julia. I mean, amazing performance, but too hot.
That's
Too
true.
hot. Hot damn.
Too hot, just sort of in general.
Too hot, hot damn. Call the police. Call the firemen.
Did you guys ever see No Reservations?
No, I was just
Unfortunately
looking
not.
at that. I want to see that.
I remember seeing it in theaters when I was a youth, and it was
In
kind of...
theaters.
And I think I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It was you. You were the one.
Yeah. But I think we had fun. I I feel like it motivated something within me, but obviously now I don't remember, so clearly not a huge impact. But something it motivated, it taught me about maybe restaurant culture outside of Ratatouille, though I think it came first.
I believe they're the same
2007.
year. It was a huge year for Kitchens. We loved Kitchens in 2007.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with this guy.
Maybe that's around when Bradley Cooper played Anthony Bourdain on the TV adaptation of Kitchen Confidential.
I was just gonna guess that. Now I need to know.
Yeah, now it was a huge time for Kitchens. It just like looking at this movie, which I'm sure is fine and great and all that, no reservations, and like America's Sweethearts, it reminds me that yes, the romantic comedy is dead, but it was killed. You know what I mean? Like, we did stop sending our best, and we did produce a tremendous number of middling and bad romantic comedies, and that is what happened there. We didn't stop caring. We just stopped sending the A-team.
I feel like sometimes people hold romantic comedies to too high of a standard, but at the same time, like, they should be making good ones.
Howard Hawks used to make romantic comedies.
Exactly.
Peter Bogdanovich made romantic comedies. Joe Roth? Who is Scott Hicks? Who are these people?
I had to look up
no
Joe
offense.
Roth after this, and yeah, he's only directed like 6 movies, one of which is Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise. But he also, as a producer and executive producer, he's produced basically everything. Like if you look at him on Letterboxd,
The Huntsman, Winter's War,
like 80
Maleficent
credits of like every kind of movie you can imagine.
He's still at it. Anyone but you. Yeah, he's still on that grind.
Yeah,
F9,
as a director,
the Fast Saga.
Wow, The Gray Man. He
produced
got
The
us all to
Gray
go
Man.
gray.
He made him gray. That was his idea.
Yeah.
He was like,
He was like,
this sounds
justice
good. He should
is
be-
gray.
The thing I like about this sort of the rom-com genre, especially at this time, but also I guess like the issue kind of now is it's more like B or C list actors that usually get cast in them. But what I like about this era is, at least with a rom-com, you can expect like a really fun cast, like a lot of different actors at once, even if it's not their best performance or whatever. Because we got Christopher Walken, we got Stanley Tucci, we got Catherine Zeta-Jones, we got Julia Roberts, we got John Cusack, like we got Billy Crystal. That's 6 really fun
Dynamos.
actors to see. And we get a little bit of that with the evil projects of like Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve. Those are kind of evil versions. And we still haven't seen that in now, 15 years? So I am missing that in the streamer rom-com world, where it's like we get 1, maybe 2. We don't get huge A-listers and garbage
Name
anymore.
anyone else who's in Anyone But You. Name anyone but those 2 people. You know what? The bench is not deep, unfortunately.
And even that, it's like 2, definitely stars, but like stars that just became stars. It's not like people who have been doing this for a long time and you want to go see them kiss because you enjoy watching them kiss on screen for like 10 years,
Yeah, we don't have the Julia and George Clooney pairs anymore. We don't have the you play a couple over and over and over again. And it was fun because this movie was making fun of that with the opening sequence of like these 2 play lovers in all these different movies, and that's why this is going to be fun. But we don't see that anymore, so that the plot of this sort of falls apart in today's times, because it's like we don't even see this kind of recoupling over and over again.
Yeah, we don't have there are no Hepburn Grants today. We just don't make enough of these movies for them to establish like a canon.
I can't think of an equivalent on the top of my head of who's like in movies together a lot.
I mean, you got your Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, but even then, we've got like 3 of those movies, but I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah.
One of them barely exists. It's called Gangster Squad. We all remember the Squad, Squad Up, Squad Goals.
I think you're making up content again.
No,
The only
we all
thing
know
I know about that
it's-
movie is that Emma Stone wears a red dress. That's it. That's what I
Yeah,
got.
she does.
That's amazing.
She does.
One of the 7
I know.
colors.
I'm sorry. I know a second thing.
I think in
The
La La
second
Land
thing-
she wears yellow, and then or maybe blue, and then in Crazy Stupid Love, I think she also wears blue. But I'm gonna check.
Thank you for checking.
One day she'll get that whole rainbow.
One day.
Oh wow, yeah. We have to make more movies with Ryan Gosling, but she's not in Project Hail Mary, to the best of my knowledge. She doesn't play the little rock guy that becomes his friend.
That would be pretty sick. I think she should play a little.
I think she should play the little rock guy. His name is Rocky.
What if they just reveal that the whole time she was secretly playing Rocky?
Yeah.
That would be kind of fucking sick. It'd be one of those like Bill Hader is BB-8 things, because Rocky only communicates in like musical notes.
Right.
He's a little rock guy and he sings. Ken Lung is in the movie. He's not credited. Maybe Ken Lung is Rocky. Could be Ken Lung is Rocky. No, he's probably playing the Chinese guy who's in the book.
I gotta say,
That would be my
actually,
guess, is that he's playing the Chinese guy.
When this movie started, I actually didn't know Hank Azaria was in it. And so they're just talking about how, like, Catherine Zeta-Jones left John Cusack for a hot young Spaniard.
The Spaniard.
Yeah.
The Spaniard.
And then he
If you
shows
love
up
Hank
and he's
Azaria
Hank Azaria
in The
and
Birdcage.
doing a
The
worse
accent was crazy.
Like,
It is
that.
happening again.
The accent was
They
crazy.
called him the Spaniard so many times it felt like they were just trying to manifest. Like if they say it enough times, you'll just believe that Hank Azaria is Spanish.
Yeah, Hank Azaria wants you to think he is. He's done it so many times. Hank Azaria is one of those white guys who is like, no, but Latin people, I say I'm more Latin than them. You know what I mean? Like he's one of
He's from
guys.
Spain. Those people are white.
That's true.
I actually
Spain is
didn't
white.
think
That's
about
Europe.
that. Yeah.
That's a
You
good
know,
point. That's a good point.
White people can play other white people. That's
Other
fine.
white people.
Yeah.
I agree. He's kind of. I
It still feels like
know
a
how-
hate
It
crime.
absolutely is a hate crime.
No, yeah. It feels like a hate crime against the Spanish people, and that is true. He plays exactly the same role in the movie Along Came Polly. Don't know how many other pollinators there are in the crowd tonight, but like he plays the French guy who cucks Ben Stiller. Oh, okay. Well, he plays a French guy, a different white nationality, who cucks Ben Stiller in that film.
Yeah, it felt like for years that like producers were like, well, this part calls for like some insanely handsome man who's also really funny. I know, Hank Azaria. And I'm like, sure, okay, I guess. You know,
I mean,
good for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like he, obviously he's a funny guy, and he's handsome.
Sure.
He's handsome.
He makes it work in the
Before-
Birdcage, weirdly.
Absolutely. I think, I questioned his casting in that movie, but you can't say he's not, committed. But yeah, Hank is, we hadn't developed Ryan Reynolds technology yet, or Ryan Gosling, like perfect looking men who are funny. Like we had to settle for like a pretty handsome guy with a receding hairline. We hadn't quite Chris Hemsworth yet. We hadn't gotten there yet.
We hadn't gone to Australia to source.
We didn't know
Some
it was
men.
down there. We
Yeah.
hadn't found it. The British, they were keeping it secret.
Wow, he was in Spam-A-Lot. And he's a big Simpsons guy. And
One of the
he was
biggest,
a-
I would say.
yeah.
They won't
And
let
where
him
he
do
kept it-
some of those characters anymore. It's not
Yeah,
as
he
big
kept
as
it very
used to be.
racially above board on The Simpsons. They
Yeah,
kept
it
it
seems like
really...
Hank Azaria is like on a quest to do every type of offensive accent.
He will
just
have
wants to
played
collect
every
them all.
race by the time he dies. Absolutely. And who can blame him? He's just a collector. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. That's all.
That's so funny.
He's like Alfred Molina or Ben Kingsley. He'll play them all eventually.
Hank Azaria comes from the time when, like, men didn't know that it was racist to do these things. They were just like, oh, but I'm doing a silly voice. And they don't
Yeah.
think about why it sounds silly to them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I still have those instincts because I grew up watching all of this media where people did
Yeah.
silly voices and accents, and so like every time, like I really had to stop myself. Earlier, you brought up Tracy Morgan. I almost did a Tracy Morgan impression. I'm like, nope, I shouldn't do that. Yep, that's not bad. That's not good.
No. Oh, he also played Bumblebee Man, but they didn't make a documentary about that.
No.
He was Bumblebee Man on The Simpsons. You can't do Superintendent Chalmers today. You can't. because it's too late. You don't have time to do Super Nintendo Chalmers today. No, go ahead. 791 episodes of The Simpsons, huh? That's crazy.
Is a lot. They're gonna get up to 1,000.
Absolutely. Now, do we count Fortnite X The Simpsons, the 4 episodes of The Simpsons Fortnite crossover, in the Simpsons episode count? I don't know if they're canon. But Treehouse of Horror isn't canon, and that counts.
That's true.
That is true. Did the Fortnite episodes air on network television?
No, they aired in Fortnite.
Oh, well, then there you go. That's the answer to your question.
No,
That's
they
like
aired in
Facebook Watch.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Facebook. I mean, okay, here are several things that have aired in Fortnite. Important plot details for the movie Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
That's when Palpatine sent his message across the galaxy. He
When
just
somehow
pinged
Palpatine
everybody.
returned,
Exactly.
he returned in Fortnite.
Yes.
He was in Loot Lake. Of course, Quentin Tarantino recently directed some episodes of Fortnite, the video game. He edited he one of the Kill Bill deleted scenes he recreated in Fortnite.
Oh, sidebar,
So it's
sidebar.
like, oop.
Did you get the Go-Go skin? Or...
Thank you so much for asking. I didn't. I didn't, you know, I go in real Fortnite waves, where like when the Simpsons season was happening, I'm like, well, I gotta get Flanders. I gotta get Moe. You know, I gotta get all these guys so I can be Flanders and Moe and I can shoot 12-year-olds who are Goku. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm there to do. I did not collect the Kill Bill, figures, sadly. Nor did I complete the one battle after another Fortnite experience. I only did one episode of the one battle after another Fortnite experience. I did not keep playing because I forgot.
Sure.
Yeah. Understandable.
Thank you.
Every time somebody talks about Fortnite and all the different things that are in it, it just reminds me of like the end of Ready Player One, where like everybody's standing there, like the Iron Giant is there, and like Optimus Prime. You know, and
No, I mean that's it.
Yeah, people were mad that the Iron Giant was in Ready Player One. Like,
I was mad about it.
he's not a weapon. He doesn't want to be a gun. But
No,
like,
he's
obviously,
not a weapon.
yeah. But like, fucking 13-year-olds on the internet just want to play as the Iron Giant in the big IP shooting game.
I would. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would if I was a kid.
Yeah, very
Absolutely. I want to
understandable.
I want to be the Iron Giant. I want to kill the Red Ranger, you know, and that's how I want to live my life.
And now you can. Now Fortnite is... Ready Player One was just a dry run for Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. We were just... All culture has been building to Fortnite, if you think about it.
Yeah. And now we are done. We're done.
It's
With
all
culture,
over,
yeah.
guys.
Playing Fortnite is like realizing like, oh yeah, culture is over. Like I am Jake Natiri Avatar, and I am picking up, you know, a weapon from Superman the movie that's out, and I'm shooting, you know, Bender Futurama. It is the end of it's the end of culture. But it's fun. Yeah. It's fun game.
I think they should do an America's Sweethearts campaign in Fortnite.
Yeah. Oh my God. You can play as all those iconic.
I want to play as
characters.
Alan Arkin from America's Sweethearts.
I you know what? I do want to play it. That'd be very funny if he was included. That's a deep bench for America's Sweethearts.
He has like fifth billing in this
Green,
movie.
and I'm just gonna get in everybody's way.
That's true.
Oh my
His
God,
agent is amazing.
I forgot Seth Green was in this movie because he has fucking nothing to do at all.
He falls down several times, Mike.
That's true.
He falls down several times.
That's true.
Larry King is in this movie.
Like
He goes
doing
off.
like acting. It's so funny because like in the scene where he's just interviewing Catherine Zeta-Jones, he's like clearly reading off of cue cards the questions that he's supposed to ask. And then, like, 2 minutes later, they actually have him, like, act and yell at her. It's so funny.
It's crazy. Yeah, this movie plays a lot with dream sequences.
Yeah.
And,
We're supposed to think
imagine...
it's just chill that John Cusack imagines shooting Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah. Well,
it's charming.
Earlier in the movie, there's the scene of like when he drove the motorcycle into that restaurant where they were,
Yeah,
and it's like the most.
whether or not that was supposed to have happened.
No, it did happen. They talk about it all the time, but yeah, it's the most like.
No, I know, but it looks so unreal.
That's
you know what I mean?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh yeah, one of those crazy dreams that he had, and then everybody just keeps referencing it as the thing that happened,
Yep.
Yeah.
and also like that apparently did not make the news at all. They were able to cover that up, but him jacking it, Cactus jacking it. On the thing.
Yeah. I mean, well, Billy Crystal, he leaked the Jackin'
Yes.
It tape. I don't know if you caught that.
Yes,
plot
I did-
point,
I
but
did.
He leaked the tape. He would do that. The government recently released 3 million files from the Lee Phillips file. Do you think Lee Phillips was on the Lolita Express?
Oh,
Billy Crystal's character
oh,
from
boy.
American Sweethearts?
hope- Not unless they had dogs there.
Stanley Tucci was, though.
Yeah.
Stanley
Dave
Tucci's-
Kingman. He's on the flight logs.
Oh,
Dave Kingman's on
absolutely,
the flight
yeah.
logs for sure.
Yeah.
And
it's-
either John Cusack or Hank Azaria's character was on there. I can't decide which one.
Definitely. Hank Azaria's character was there, but he didn't know what was going on. He was getting on the party plane, and he realized, and he was like, "Oh, I do not like this."
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just telling everybody the exact size of his penis, and everybody's like, "Shut the fuck up, dude."
Goes on for a long time, that scene, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Goes
At
on
the-
for a really
At the end, he's like, "It's maybe a little too big. I've had complaints," and it's like, it's
That
so.
one did make me laugh.
It's so funny because that's a perfect encapsulation of that guy where like it's better that he doesn't please women but has a large penis
Yeah.
than the alternative.
Julia Roberts.
Kind of haven't
Is-
brought her up.
is in the movie. She's there. It is preposterous that they are asking us to believe that Julia Roberts in 2001, fresh off winning the Academy Award, that I'm supposed to be like, ah yes, the mousy assistant. I wonder if she will blossom into a beautiful woman. Anybody's guess, really.
They really couldn't
If
have
Aaron-
cast anybody except Catherine Zeta-Jones as her like hot sister, excuse me, because like you would just be like, but Julia Roberts, and you still are anyway because she's still Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
She maintains being Julia Roberts. That's true. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just don't know what they were going for here. I don't know what Julia was going for, and I love her. You know, she's very charming. You know, when she's eating the toast and stuff, she's still, hey, that's still Julia Roberts. I guess I just don't. I don't get what the angle was. I don't know how we ended up in this situation.
There's kind of like no angle to any aspect of the movie. It's like a big problem where like it feels like they did like 5 different drafts emphasizing different aspects. Let's do one that's mostly about Billy Crystal's character. Let's do one that's mostly Hollywood satire, and then just sort of like cut the best scenes out of each one of those versions with no thought to how they would cohere together.
Yeah, I feel like this maybe would have been best as one episode of the Apple TV Plus original series, The Studio. Yeah. I think we could have gotten this down to like a tight 40 minutes, and Seth Rogen could have talked about how they leaked the jack-off tape or whatever. Catherine Hahn could have done it to sell the film.
I feel like Billy Crystal was kind of struggling to be like, well, this is my vehicle and I'm in it and it's my tone, but like, did we need to hit so much of him? He was like one of the better parts, but plot wise, it didn't really make sense to have him be so central. Like, if the story was more between the like 3 lovers, it kind of didn't really serve the tale. Yeah.
He's like the driving force behind basically everything that happens.
Yeah, this should have been like, and they hadn't figured this out yet. It should have been like Hail Caesar, and he's like, he's solving many studio related problems. He's just walking around from like scenario to scenario, and this is one scenario.
Or Knives Out or something, or like The Player, but he's still the center of the romance. It just didn't really make sense for him not to be part of the romance plot as much, or it would be a very different frame. I don't know.
He should have ended up with Catherine Zeta-Jones. I agree.
Yeah. That would have been good, actually.
That would have been good.
I imagined a version of this movie because, like, so much of this movie is spent like explaining to the audience these like niche little like insider Hollywood things that like you just have to know that they exist to advance the rest of the plot. I imagined a version of this movie where like Billy Crystal's character like talks to the camera or has a voiceover and it's just like, okay, so here's the thing that you need to know, instead of having like 5 scenes in a row.
Like, so this is what a press junket is. Like,
Yeah, just like have Billy
Yeah.
Crystal's
Yeah.
character just like cut to the chase so that you could enjoy the rest of the movie, because as it is, there's like 40 minutes of just explaining the whole situation of the movie, and then there's only an hour for the actual movie to take place.
Yeah, I could see sort of also a mockumentary version of it, because there's so much like catching people in tabloids and catching things on camera and stuff, and then sort of talking heads explaining what things are. It feels like that would be a fitting format. Yeah, there's so many, I think it was something about the structure for me, in the way that they structured the characters' relationships to each other, and then the plot points and the cause and effect, where like the tone was fun. There was really funny things about it that I miss being in rom-coms, but the plot, the stakes, like the characters' reactions to each other were always very confusing to me. Like, one character does this, but the response was always kind of like, what? Is that how a normal person would react?
in
Yeah.
that like
Still-
scene that's like the Chicago scene, you know, the part where it's the movie and we're seeing the backstage, and like, you know, John Cusack finds out that Catherine Zeta-Jones is sleeping with Hank Azaria, and he like punches the door over her head, and she like doesn't even care. Like, we're not supposed to think, oh, that's scary. He's like double her size. Like,
Right.
she's just like,
Lots of-
whatever. Eddie,
Lots
come
of
on.
moments like that. Yeah, lots of moments where it's like the suicidal, mentally ill person. Like, it just felt very not fleshed out.
Yeah, it's like if Raging Bull was like a romantic comedy or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
John
like
Cusack's like, did you fuck my wife?
Exactly.
yeah, like Billy Crystal, like clearly, like, you know, wanted like just like the funny archetype of like, you know, like a serious actor who's like gone off the deep end, and then like has to like reckon with that in this very silly movie. Like it's just very out of place, his actual behavior, because then you just have to be like, oh, but he falls in love with Julie Roberts, so it's fine, you know, it'll be fine.
Like,
Yeah, it. Go ahead, Jen.
oh, I was just going to say, like, John Cusack has a line at one point where he says, I'm a paranoid schizophrenic, I'm my own entourage.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
line,
I
but
loved
is
that line.
true?
I
Right.
loved that line.
Yeah, that's a good
And
line,
then-
but then, like, did they think about that for a second? Like,
Right.
Even a second. Yeah.
Yeah, even if he's joking about it, he's still like, I don't know. It's
He either
such
had
a-
to address that his mental illness is being overblown by everybody and it's not actually that crazy, or he had to like tap a little bit more into that, and Julia had to be a little more quirked up for it to even make sense.
Yeah, it almost feels like a satire of like how we excuse the behavior of terrible men, but it just isn't that. It just
Yeah.
it stops
Yeah,
just
exactly.
short of being like, oh, this is how Jared Leto continues to get around in the world, you know?
Yeah, instead they just
Right, exactly.
have to excuse the behavior of the terrible man for the movie to work.
Because they're like, what if the terrible man is right and the narcissist woman is a bitch? Is sort of like what it was going for. I'm curious, like, is there any, I don't know any of Billy Crystal's lore, but is there any, like, self-insert? Because, like, in the last 5 years is something I can think of where it's like, what's his name? Jason Robert Brown? He, like, makes a whole musical about his bitch wife. And he gives, like, a little bit of sympathy, but it's sort of like, I became successful and you had to give up on your dreams and you're a resentful bitch about it.
Neener.
And that's sort of the vibe that this movie is giving, is like, my wife was a narcissist and I come across as a psycho stalker, but it's not my fault because she's so self-involved.
I
And
know.
look, I'm trying because I have like a shaman and I do gratitude lists. Like, I don't know, it felt very like It felt very like trying to redeem some sort of plot, because I think I love the self-referential era of Julia Roberts, and this is part of it. So it makes me feel like, is there a little more self-referential stuff in here that I just don't know Billy's lore?
Evidently, Billy Crystal has been married to his high school sweetheart since 1970.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had this feeling that he's one of those guys who just like, yeah, got into the first relationship he ever did and just like stayed there.
He got married at 22 and is still married, and he is 78 years old.
Maybe that's why.
I mean, goddamn.
Maybe that's why he's so out of touch with what like an affair and a breakup and a marriage would look
Yeah,
like.
exactly. Yeah,
he's never done one.
Yeah, it's all like secondhand. It's just like, well, everybody complains about their bitch wife, so ex-wife. So like, I guess this is what it must be like.
Every comedian he grew up idolizing was always making jokes about like how terrible their wife is, and he's like, I guess that's what it's like. I don't know, not me though. I did it wrong. My wife rocks. I'm still married to her.
Did I tell you about the first week that I did stand up when I started last year? My first week going to open mics, I realized I had this moment where I was like, it's probably because I live in LA, because I'm not doing this in a different city. This is, I can only like use the rookie, like this is my first few weeks of doing stand-up for so long before I have to be careful and not burn bridges and be thoughtful, because I don't know who any of these people are yet. So I can just sort of like do what I want before there's really consequences and say, this is my first 2 weeks. And so I went to one open mic, and then I went to one that was like not at the one that I liked. It was one of the more generic ones, and it was like very empty, mostly like depressed dudes who don't go to therapy, doing terrible jokes. And one of them went up there and was doing this bit about how I think he doesn't want his girlfriend to take Adderall because he hates how much she talks and he hates like listening to it or something. And I couldn't figure out what the joke was in there, and he was just like, my girlfriend's so annoying or whatever, and there wasn't really a good response. Then I went back to the original open mic the next week that I liked, and he had like reframed it a little bit where he was trying to make some sort of joke about I love it even though she's so annoying, like as if like, yeah, I totally love it or something. It was like some sort of thing where he was still saying the same thing of like, I hate my girlfriend and how much she talks. And I knew I had a small window to be able to make this kind of joke without being established yet. And I went up and I was like, that's so funny. I'm just starting to do comedy. Like, this is my second week trying. It's like only my like third open mic or something. And, you know, I've been watching videos for a long time of stand-up comics and watching a lot of old school like videos of men doing stand-up comedy. And I didn't know we were still making jokes that we hate our wives. That's really vintage. I didn't know we were still doing that. So interesting. I'm curious to see how this goes as I continue to do this.
Yeah.
And luckily he didn't have a ton of followers, because it was sort of a stab in the dark of like who this man was. But sometimes I go to these mics and they have like 50K followers and they're like established and trying their stuff. So I was just like, I'm gonna use the rookie card, and then I'm gonna have to be more careful with these jokes. But I just wanted to be like, dude, what? Why do you think you can do this? Like, still?
He thinks he's in Mad Men times. But you can't do it. It's not Mad Men times anymore. You can't do that. It's not.
And there was no joke. There was no joke there. I was like, who's letting you do this? Who's letting you walk on stage and go, I hate my girlfriend. I hate when she talks. And I'm like, dude, we can't. No.
Probably that scamp Donald Draper probably told him to do it.
Write a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah.
I hate my girlfriend.
Break up with her. That's a very easy situation to leave. You know what I mean? You're not married. You're not in a binding. You're not Billy Crystal. You're not in a binding contract with someone since 1970. You can just leave.
I don't want my girlfriend to take Adderall because I don't like listening to her talk. Why would you want to listen to your girlfriend talk?
Right. He like hates how much she talks when she's on Adderall, and then I think he tried to reframe it and was like, it's good that she's back on Adderall, but I'm seeing the negative effect. I don't even know. Both sides of the coin, it was not a joke. He was trying to find the joke in it, and it was just, I hate that my girlfriend talks, and I hate listening to it. And I'm like, I'm surprised you even have a girlfriend. You're so fucking ugly, and you're not funny. Like, this feels like fiction. What is happening?
Sorry, I was just catching up to that joke. I thought it was really funny.
So the Adderall joke?
Yeah.
Look at him go. Look at him
thought it was
go.
really-
That's what he thought. That's what he thought he was going to eat. Like, that's what he thought people were going to be like, yeah, this guy's relatable. Yeah, I hate when my girlfriend takes her meds, too. She should get off of them.
Dudes like that are so gay. You know what I mean?
I wish.
You don't like your women, you gay. I don't know what to tell you.
I would much rather a man say, I hate when my boyfriend talks. Like, at least there would be something there. Like,
It's new,
at
it's
least there's
fresh.
something to play with. Yeah, at least there's something to play with. But to talk about your girlfriend or your wife, boring.
I'm now just imagining a guy where, like, that's his whole thing, is he's going to do all the gender jokes, except the twist is he's gay. So...
Yeah.
And otherwise,
Yeah.
it's just exactly the same. It's like, take my husband, please, you know? Like,
Please.
Yeah. I would like that, I think. I think I would enjoy that. Or when lesbians do it, like, satirically, that's always funny to me. Mm-hmm. I enjoy when... As long as I'm like, you're not serious, I think it's kind of fun.
right, when you don't think they mean it, I feel like that's what's very important.
Yeah.
It's a fine line to walk.
Yeah, because it's
You
easier to
gotta
make...
be careful today. You've gotta be doing comedy is so dangerous. You gotta be careful today.
It's so true. You couldn't make America's Sweethearts today. Because
No, you only have like
yeah.
2 hours left.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have time. Today's almost over.
That's true. Yeah, you couldn't make it today, like, technically.
Mike said that like a month ago, and I'm still laughing about it.
hey, I'm glad
Couldn't make
I could
Blazing
be
Saddles today.
quoted. I was quoted on a podcast in which I'm appearing. I could have made that joke, and you beat me to it, and I'm happy.
Absolutely, but then I credited you
Exactly,
in a very confusing order of operations.
It's a really good joke. It's a really good joke. Because, like, especially if you're in the industry, you know that it's like an hour to set up a shot, like to just get one shot in. Yeah,
And
you
like
can make that whole
9 o'clock a
frickin'
night
movie.
shoot that you got to pay extra for that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta light it. I mean, you're fucked. You don't have the sun. You missed golden hour. You missed it.
yeah. Plus, you got to run it past all those suits.
All those
If you were just like,
suits.
hey, maybe we could squeeze in Making America's Sweethearts today. First, you got to run it by the executives. That's going to take a couple hours.
Apparently not in this movie, though. Apparently the Christopher Walken character has negotiated not only Final Cut, but has, like, stolen the movie and is, like, editing it in secret.
I love it. Oh, we didn't even address that it was a clear roast of Harvey Weinstein, but then the character was the farthest thing from Harvey Weinstein I could imagine. So it was like a very interesting poll where it was like they were making fun of Harvey Weinstein at the beginning, but then the reveal was that it was what trope was he make? Like what director at the time was sort of this vibe? Is it Francis Ford Coppola with Apocalypse Now, or is it?
I could not put my finger on what they were doing there. I could not swing my finger around
I feel like
to,
it was,
yes, that is
yeah.
a Michael
like-
Cimino type. I couldn't get there with what they were going for with Hal Weidman.
Yeah, all of the Hollywood satire is extremely like shooting in like so many directions at once. But I kind of appreciated it. I kind of appreciated that, like John Cusack and Catherine Zeta-Jones characters like made like 8 movies together, and they are all like the stupidest bullshit, but everyone thinks they're very good.
Yeah.
and
Hallmark.
then like
yeah.
yeah, and then they like are making it's like the new film by acclaimed like Hal Weidman has won like 3 Oscars, and he's making this like sci-fi like time travel romance
why
drama.
Did they think he was going
Yeah, why did they hire
Time Traveler's
movie in
Wife?
the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Time
everybody's-
Over Time
Yeah.
is the name of the movie. Wow.
Time Traveler's Wife.
According to Wikipedia, this film was a moderate box office success, grossing $138.3 million at the box office. If a movie like this made $138 million at the box office today, there would be a national parade.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
anyone but you like barely scraped to $100 million over like 4 months, and everybody is like,
And everyone's like, rom-coms
are
are back,
rom-coms
baby."
back? But are they
We're back.
really? And yeah, and this one made 100, almost 150, and they're like, it was okay, you know. Could've been
we
better.
did fine.
To be fair, I do think
The
you know
only
this,
reason-
this movie stars like 4 incredibly famous people, so I have to assume the budget
6?
was like 80 million.
Apparently $46 million budget.
Wow. Some people
I guess,
taking a
I
cut.
guess. Yeah, I was about to say. I guess Zeta didn't have like a huge quote. You know what I mean?
Julia
I guess
was
at this
like-
point,
Julia was like 20 at the time, right?
At this point,
it
but,
gotta
like,
be. Gotta be.
Maybe it took
That's like half.
a cut just to work with that hot up and coming director Joe Roth.
Joe Roth. Yeah, she's a big Revenge of the Nerds 2
Yeah.
fan. Julia. It's
Well, they
one of
got
her-
everything
it's one
right
of
in
her
that
favorite
movie
films.
that they forgot in the first one.
Absolutely. Billy Crystal, multiple credits. I guess maybe took points.
Yeah.
Points on the back end.
Well, because he was also part of the like development, right? So he wouldn't pay himself as much. It would more be like how it profits. But
And
Julia
he made
was
a
like
tidy profit.
Julia was like, I think it was like 20 million per project or something at the time, right? So that would be like half of the budget.
I guess it's mostly it's not very many locations, it's a lot of like interiors, discussions inside. I get how they were.
Oh, I'm sure they
were
got a
saving
good
money.
deal on this Hyatt location for all the mentions of Hyatt that they got.
There's that, yeah.
Absolutely.
They
In
don't
Vegas,
you don't get
right?
killed at the Hyatt. At other chains, yes, but not at
Yeah.
the Hyatt.
I feel like in Vegas, they were in Vegas, right? I feel like,
Yeah.
or where were, yeah.
Well,
They were in,
they
like-
feel like
in the
yeah.
movie, it's like out in the desert in Nevada, but like at the end, it credits like the Hyatt Las Vegas, so it is like right there in Vegas.
So Reno or Vegas. Yeah, I feel like Vegas usually kind of pays for you to make things take place there for tourism.
That's true for tourism. Yeah, I don't. Wow, music by James Newton Howard.
I love
and
him.
This had all of those like you never hear this in
He's
like
actually my favorite.
you never hear that kind of score in comedies anymore, where it's all like big lush strings going like doop 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 doo 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 doo.
Oh.
Like
We
that-
talked.
that
We
was-
talked about this kind of score in our. Oh my God, what the name was? Nothing but Trouble. Is that the name? Trouble.
yeah.
I love Trouble.
I love
We talked
Trouble.
about it in our I Love Trouble
Not
episode.
Wait, no.
I-
I had the fantasy and he's only 74. I had the fantasy my whole childhood of having James Newton Howard do one of my movies because he did Peter Pan 2003, and I was so obsessed with the score that like I know his name very well because it came up on my iPod all the time, and I just like really. Wow, that makes me so happy because I love his work and I don't see him all the time. And he's only 74. That means that he was like in his 40s when he did this. That makes me happy. There's still time.
There's still
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
Still time.
Much like Hans Zimmer. Oh, in Send Help. Yep. That's what we landed on.
Yes.
That's what the studio landed on. That is
Yeah.
the name of the film.
I think that one's Danny Elfman. Isn't that crazy?
What? Well, I guess he did the Spider-Man movies. That's a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, they've worked together a lot, I think.
Yeah, I guess they're bruds.
Yeah. Well, Danny
No
Elfman is like
spoilers, but
5
there's-
different directors go to a composer, you know.
That's true. Danny Elfman is also like
Tim Burton.
a dozen different people. Danny Elfman is one of those. I would call him a James Patterson type. He is credited often with some other people's work.
Zimmer does that now too, though, right? He has like 6 guys.
Oh, he's been doing it for decades.
Okay.
At least now, sometimes
Yes.
the movies will credit like some of his underlings.
Okay.
Like I know
You'd
the
hope
Top Gun
so.
Mavericks score was like Hans Zimmer, one of his guys, and Lady Gaga, who I'm sure was just hanging out and provided some themes.
Wow.
You know, like.
Yeah, Zimmer has been a Raimi guy since Darkman. He's done almost all the Raimi movies since Darkman.
Elfman or
Zimmer or Elfman?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Elfman. Sorry, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
I remember the one winning trivia I had when I played with you guys was knowing who Hans Zimmer was, and that made me happy. That was a big moment for me.
Absolutely.
Because you guys are kind of like renowned, so it felt nice to be like.
Thank you. We're renowned.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're renowned.
Felt nice to participate. It felt part of.
You know, we try to be welcoming.
I think the way
To
you
other
said-
winners.
Yeah, you know, we try to pass on our success to others. You know, try to help.
We try
other
to stay
people, you know.
humble.
We stay humble.
Yeah, just staying very humble right now.
We're staying very humble. We hired that guy to punch us in the nuts so we remember where we come from.
Yeah, I whack myself with a cactus in the groin every day.
Every day, every morning I wake up and I get out the prickers. I sent that to both groups. I sent that to Jessi Kat and I sent that to Jenny and Mike. I said today, you know, as my reminder text, I'm like, today's the day that we get out the prickers. And none of you knew what I was talking about. and I was like, am I the only one who watched the movie? It's fine.
I got
It's
to
fine if I was only one.
I got to the text chain late, and so you had already explained it. But maybe I would have remembered. I don't know.
I truly did not remember the
I
turn of
don't-
phrase, the prickers.
The prickers, yeah.
The prickers. I stuck with me for 20 years, the phrase the prickers.
I don't even want to tell you that chain of events that text did for me in terms
Just
of how
sent
we got
you-
here today.
Sent you on a whirlwind journey. You thought I was just gonna send you a dick pic, huh?
No, worse. But we made it work today. Not worse, you sending me a dick pic, but the chain of events of me going, what are you talking about? And then you saying this movie. And then what proceeded after that, that's why I sent you the photo of Kerry Washington in the show Scandal. It's handled. Because I didn't want you to know the amount of crisis management that happened between when that text was received and showing up to this podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, fine.
I mean, I do want to know. You do have to tell me now.
It's so embarrassing. So please, like, hold that with a tenderness. Okay. I realized for the first time that our reference to our own podcast, America's Sweetheart, Julia Roberts, was in reference to this movie. 2, I thought we were covering Valentine's Day. 3, I did not know that America's Sweethearts was a movie. 4, I only lightly remembered that we were recording today because I've been studying for the LSAT. But despite all of that, I took care of it.
Nevertheless.
This is
Stay
a real
persistent.
comeback story, honestly.
Yeah.
Jessi Kat, do you remember that we've already podcasted about Valentine's Day? Do you
That's
remember
why, that's why I thought it was kind of
Okay.
silly that we were doing it again. And I thought every time you referenced America's Sweetheart, I thought you were referencing our podcast. Like, I thought you were just calling her America's Sweetheart because it's in our slogan.
I
Hey, hey. I know what it sounds like. And I know that you gave me, like, every indication to be on the planet in the shared reality. And I missed every time. But I took care of it, and I'm here.
You miss 100% of the shots you do take. Michael Jordan.
But I watched the movie in time, and I was on time and ready to record, which isn't also always the case, even when I know what movie I'm watching, that it's a movie that exists, and that we're recording.
No, you made a mistake. You watched the movie In Time with Amanda Seyfried and Justin Timberlake. You forgot. You forgot.
That explains a lot of what we've been
students.
talking about today.
Yeah, because you keep referring to how they think time is currency in this movie, and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe I missed something.
But yeah, I
kept
hope,
referring to the little clocks on what a dumb guy movie that is. Ooh boy.
I saw
like someone heard the phrase "What if time was money?" and they said type.
Yeah. I saw
Sometimes you
parts
don't
of that
need to know
movie
that-
at a bar, and that's the perfect environment to watch that movie. No sound
Absolutely.
while you're already drunk.
No subtitles.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need to know the amount of fires I'm putting out before you see me, because I know how the control it would send you into an aneurysm maybe. So
You're living your own the studio like every day. Like you're always like running around putting out like PR disasters.
exactly, it's handled. Kerry Washington,
It's
Olivia Pope, it's handled.
It was my job to
You
be
would
the
never
mess
be the
today.
wiser.
It was like, I'm coming from work. I'll get there when I get there. Maybe the microphone's gonna work. I don't know.
That's usually the case. That's what's to expect. And now that we have so many random viewers for some reason, of which I'm still kind of confused if they're listening or where they're coming from. And I call them viewers because it's on YouTube now.
Scary.
We have not changed. We've not changed the standard or vibe in which this podcast is
We're not
made.
going to let our newfound success change us. You know what I mean? Like, just because the Pelican Brief episode has over 19,000 views on YouTube, we're not going to let
Despite
that
being an
change
image.
us.
Despite being a singular image with no moving
Despite-
pictures.
Hey.
We're not going to let that change who we are. We're still the same TV's Kevin and Jessi Kat that you come to know and love, you know? Our humble fame, the lack of YouTube ad revenue because they changed the way that works. We're not going to let it change us. That in the old days of YouTube, we could have been earning a modest amount of money, but no longer.
Yeah, these numbers were insane when I was in high school. Like, that would have blown my mind. I would have been like, I'm famous. This is viral.
Yeah, we're the new "Let's Get Some Shoes." You know, is the
Exactly.
Pelican Brief episode of the Run the
Muffins.
Julia's podcast. Muffins, we're the new muffins. We're actually I put in an offer to the Charlie the Unicorn YouTube channel, and
Miss them.
we're gonna just take that over. We're gonna reboot Charlie the Unicorn.
How do we monetize on YouTube? Like, what do we do?
We can't. Next question.
Ever? Like, there's 0 ways to monetize on YouTube?
Okay, I'm opening up YouTube Studio. I'm going down to the Earn tab. Of course, we could set up paid memberships to my personal YouTube channel if that's something we wanted to do. We are 370 subscribers short of one of the eligibility criteria.
possible.
It's possible.
That's what I'm hearing.
370 of you who are not subscribed to TV's Kevin on YouTube, get over there.
I gotta subscribe now.
You gotta subscribe. We need, and one of the following, 3,000 valid public watch hours in the last year. We're at 376. So what I'm gonna need every single one of you to do is just put my shit on a loop. Put it on, just let it roll while you're not in the room. Put up a playlist, put it on mute, leave the home.
Those are
Come back later, it's still on.
that is exactly the type of valid view that they are talking about.
That they're looking for. Valid public watch hours. You have to watch it in public. I need you to get out your phone on the subway. Max volume, run the Julias.
No
I
headphones.
don't know what that means.
No headphones. I want you to be FaceTiming the entire M train ride, and I want you to be FaceTiming a Run the Julias episode.
Yeah, maybe just airdrop the entire subway car, the episode, so you could all watch it together.
We can all watch it together. All right, and I'm going to say, everyone cue this up in 3, 2... It's going to be good. If you're listening to this on the subway, please unplug your headphones, turn that shit up.
Otherwise, we won't see a single dollar.
Not a single dollar. And I would love $1.
I actually want to
Every time
say,
they
you know,
make a
I
dollar.
don't want
I'm
to
applying to grad
take the audience away from YouTube because obviously I want you to be huge YouTube stars and get all that YouTube money that everybody has now. But I do think that people should subscribe to Kevin's Patreon because I actually like the newsletter a lot. I've been meaning to tell you that.
Yeah.
The newsletter is a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Head on over to patreon.com/tvskevin. It's something I forget to plug all the time. You can get the newsletter. You can get episodes of all the shows early. You can get bonus shows whenever I get around to doing that. But, you know, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, if you, for some reason, don't watch this podcast as a stationary still image video, you know, we still love you. If you're one of our 7 fans on Spotify for whom we are the #1 podcast in the world, you know, we love you. We
love you. Even we don't love the Spotify platform, obviously.
No,
which
I
is why
love
YouTube...
the Spotify platform. I love what they stand for. Thank you, Daddy Spotify.
Yeah. But that's why we're on YouTube.com as well. We're also other places, right?
platform.
We're SoundCloud.
Everywhere.
We're kind of like on the RSS feed, whatever that is. Don't ask me. I don't.
We're on
I don't do
Apple
the science.
Podcasts. We're on Overcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can get the show that you're already listening to.
That's exactly
best
But you
what
can get it
ads
early.
are done in the thing.
But you can get it early. Yeah, and you can get
At
it without ads.
patreon.com/tvskevin for as little as $1 a month.
And I've been a subscriber at my brokest because $1 a month has been incredibly reasonable.
That's true.
This is what I always say. It doesn't make the difference. If you're worried about making rent, $1 is not gonna fix that.
There's been many times where I didn't make rent. Yeah, there's been many times didn't make rent. There's been many times didn't have a single dollar. In fact, I was overdrafted, but somehow, somewhere, when that 1 month came around, there was $1 to give TV's Kevin Lanigan. And maybe there wasn't. Maybe there wasn't, and maybe like for a week or two, it was like, oh, payment didn't go through, but eventually, $1 was back, and it's possible. I can say as someone who's been so cripplingly broke so many times that $1 works.
It's what I'm always saying. Pay it forward. Pay it forward to me. Pay forward in a direction to my bank account. Pay it forward.
100 pennies, not a lot. Just
Not a lot.
Now I'm feeling guilty that
10
I'm
dimes.
not subscribed for $1 a month.
Dang
I can
you.
just do
This
it.
is the whole
That's
reason I brought
okay,
it up.
Mike,
I wanted
I
to guilt
for-
you specifically.
I mean, I deserve
you,
it.
Mike. I
And-
offer you absolution
Thank
if
you.
you start giving me $1 every month.
And when you subscribe, it brings you to a thing that I also didn't understand. I'm learning a lot about our podcast just this week. That there's like a separate channel called Cask of Armadillo or something.
Cask of Amontillado, yes.
Yeah. And that is where the paid subscribers get their feed, because I was confused how it worked, but that's
You get
right?
the episodes early. You get archives of shows that are only available behind the paywall.
I remember I actually
and it's
needed
called-
Kevin to explain this to me once. I was apparently already subscribed because I was in the Patreon. And I was like, oh yeah, but how do I get the early thing? And he was like, oh, it's this. And I looked and I was like, oh, I have that. I had no idea what it was.
Did I make it obtuse and hard to understand? Oops.
I didn't know until like a week or two ago. So I was confused what I was seeing. I thought Kevin was just changing the graphic every time a new project came out because he has so many different projects that I thought that it was just changing until Run the Julios was back. And I thought the graphics were inconsistent, but I didn't want to bother him about it.
Thank you. Do not bother me. No, I have time. I have infinite time for my beautiful patrons, my sweet, beautiful patrons.
We have time for
Send
you.
me a message
Yeah.
at any time.
But as a
please.
collaborator, I am not wasting TV Kevin Lanigan's time with little graphic inconsistencies, and that our title of our entire podcast is a reference to a movie. I'm not bothering him with these things. I'm letting him rock. But you can give direct feedback whenever you want it. I'm pointing to you, listeners.
I will say, when I refer to her as America's sweetheart, Julia Roberts, that's not an explicit reference to this movie. That's just
Really?
I'm using the term. She was America's sweetheart for 10 years.
That's
before
I
why they
agree.
called the movie that. If anything, it's the movie's title is a reference to her.
That's right. That's right.
That's what I originally thought. So that when all of this happened and I learned that America's Sweetheart was a movie, then my brain broke. It kind of felt like, when I learned that pickles and cucumbers were the same vegetable.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one, I gotta say.
And I was over 18, and so that's kind of what this felt like.
And I think that's beautiful. No, I refer to her as America's sweetheart, Julia Roberts, because, like, she won
I
the
agree.
People's Choice Award for favorite movie actress from 2000 to 2005 straight.
That is
Every
what I
year
thought.
she was
Yep.
your favorite actress.
Same page.
That's what I'm talking about.
Same page. I thought that the whole time until today when I learned that America's Sweethearts is also a movie. And I was like, oh, this is a reference as well. I thought maybe it was a dual meaning thing.
The first time she won a People's Choice Award, guess what? My best friend's wedding.
And
Are
Wow.
we talking, or am I just saying a thing and you're saying a thing, and then
We're having parallel conversations. They are happening at the same time in the same place, but they have no relationship to each other. Next
sometimes
question.
it feels that way.
She won a Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Award in 1991 for Pretty Woman. They
a movie
gave
that
her
children
they
should
slimed
watch,
her.
right?
I mean, I did.
Yeah.
I don't think necessarily the children should.
I mean, there was a RoboCop
No, I mean-
cartoon. The early '90s were wild.
There was a Rambo cartoon. Yeah. I mean, it was called like the kids. It was called Kids Choice Awards, KCA. But it had a different. It was like the early ceremonies of the Kids Choice Awards. It was just a whole different. It was a whole
Yeah, I
different
don't
thing.
believe they were actually
not.
voted on by children at the beginning. I don't know if that's
No.
true. Maybe a Nickelodeon podcast can tell me, but
They're voted on by
Yeah.
who they could get to come to the ceremony.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a 30-minute presentation. It was called The Big Ballot. It was not called the Kids' Choice Awards at the time. But yeah, it was a whole different thing. Whoopi Goldberg won favorite movie actress for Ghost at that ceremony. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Although the Wikipedia entry is incomplete, there were 3 nominees for favorite sports team, and we don't know who won.
Wow.
The nominees were Chicago
gonna say
Bears,
the
Los
Bulls.
Angeles Lakers, and New York Mets,
well,
and
that's
we don't know who
confusing.
won.
Wow. There's no.
It
there's
is.
no.
1990?
I can't just watch the Big Ballot.
I mean, maybe we can. All right, Patreon bonus episode. We watch The Big Ballot.
Yeah. I gotta go to my secret website where they just have tapes of Nickelodeon stuff. Can I find it?
Whoopi Goldberg is the only person to have an EGOT and Kids' Choice Awards.
So,
Wow,
and
a EGOT. EGOT.
EGOT, no, a BGOT, because it's, the blimp.
Oh,
wow.
Blimp
You got
A BGOT.
sure.
BGOT. I love Big Hero 6. Have we said all there is to say about America's Sweethearts?
We've been talking about it so much in this episode.
Really consistently. Yes, of course. But I think maybe we're reaching a natural and organic end to that conversation. So this is the time right now where Jenny and Mike, please tell the people A, where to find my Patreon, but B, anything you might have going on in your own life that you want to share with us.
Oh, jeez.
No,
They can still listen to And the Nominees
can.
Were.
Yeah.
The archive, it's
There's
out.
like 18, 19 episodes. Every once in
a
a
few.
while, late at night when I can't sleep, I will re-listen to an episode and be like, man, we should do the podcast again. And then when I wake up, I'm like, that was really hard. I don't want to do a podcast anymore.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And you have 5 podcasts?
Yeah. Today, tomorrow I got 5 more.
But you can still listen to And the Nominees Were wherever you get your podcasts. You can, I guess, follow me on Letterboxd. Sometimes I write reviews at Not Mike Frollo. I think that's my handle, FROLLO.
Well, that's misleading.
It is very misleading.
It didn't occur to me I could plug my letterbox, and I'm like, what is my letterbox? That's a good question. what is my username?
Who
Yeah, I don't even remember.
knows their own letterbox? You know what I mean? I don't.
No,
Well, I do.
I think
the brand
it's
is very consistent.
Yeah, I think it's Not Mike Frollo. You could theoretically follow me on Twitter. I don't do that. Don't follow me on Twitter
Don't do that.
at Worst Mike Frollo. Very consistent branding.
Yes, Mike, you are not Mike Frollo, and Jenny is, of course, Jenny Beans.
Jenny
Yes.
Beans. Yeah, sometimes I can't just be Jenny Beans, so I have to be Jenny Beans 9 or Jenny Beans _9.
Wow.
Or,
Oh.
but on
But you're
Letterboxd,
always
I'm
the
just
ninth.
Jenny Beans.
Okay.
Yes, it's always a 9. Don't follow me on Tumblr.
Yeah.
I won't tell you how.
What do? I have a YouTube channel. You can find my one video that somehow got 250,000 views. It's very confusing.
Those are Run the Julia's numbers.
Yeah. I keep threatening to start making more YouTube videos, and hey, maybe if I get some new subscribers on the YouTube channel, maybe I'll actually do that. So
Hey.
Yeah. Cross traffic. Let's go. What do they call it? Fuck. Raiding. Raid.
Yeah.
Raid.
raid my YouTube channel where
raid.
I have not posted a video in 15 years. No,
11.
Now's the time.
14. Yeah.
11 years.
Now's the time to seize the day. From Newsies, the musical.
Exactly. Don't be afraid and don't delay.
It's true.
Let the Sorcerer lead the way. Jessi Kat, anything on your end?
Yeah, I will be. If you're in a theater right now, I'm in the Scottish play. If you're not in a theater right now, I'm in Macbeth, and we will be opening in May. I might also be. I think I'm gonna be in a trans-specific theater festival in Los Angeles called Joy Who Lived. All of that can be found on my Instagram, gay4 PowerPoint. That's gay for PowerPoint. And I might private it temporarily while I apply to law school. I haven't decided. I don't think there's anything crazy on there, but maybe to be safe. So feel free to send a follow request. I'll accept it if you look gay. And we'll see. We'll see. Whatever.
We'll see.
We're trying stuff. We're trying stuff right now. And that's that. Yep.
And that's that. Well, of course, I'm TV's Kevin Lanigan on all the stuff, including Letterboxd and, of course, patreon.com/TV's Kevin, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get episodes of this very show at least 1 week early, as well as early editions of everything else that I do. And also, I wrote a book that's going to come out at some point this year, so I will tell you about that again, but be on the lookout for that now. We have no idea what movie we're talking about next and haven't discussed it even a little bit, but you can bet your bottom dollar one thing, that Julia Roberts will be in it. So until next time.
And instead of betting that bottom dollar, maybe put that dollar to patreon.com/TV's Kevin Lanigan.
I'll take your bottom dollar. I don't care. The one that's been sitting in your wallet for a long time and it's really sweaty. I don't care. I'll take a wet dollar.
Don't bet it. Put it where it's meant to be.
Don't bet it. Wet it. That's how I stop people from doing all that online gambling. Don't bet it. Wet it. Make your money wet, and then the bookie won't take it.
They don't take wet money.
Launder that
at
money.
Casinos.
They don't
Wash
take
that
wet
money.
money.
No.
Wash that money, dry that money, launder that money.
Dry that money. Until next time, listeners, dry that money. Your money's too wet. It's going to get mildewy. You got to dry that money. Just because a dollar does not dissolve in the washing machine for reasons science cannot explain
But it's
doesn't
great
mean
for us.
that you need it to stay wet.
It's because they're made of cloth. It's cloth paper. It's actually true.
That doesn't make sense to me. The clothes are also made of cloth.
Yeah. Well, that's why they don't dissolve.
They don't dissolve either.
Because
yeah, if you think about it.
Wait, your clothes don't dissolve? My clothes dissolve in the wash.
That explains a lot about your recent appearance.
It really
that I've been
does.
meaning to talk to you about.
I dress exclusively in 1970s air stewardess uniforms that were made out of paper. Do you know they used to make stewardesses do like costume changes halfway through a flight?
I mean,
Change
I'd
into
be
a
into it.
different like paper outfit.
I would appreciate a little more showmanship in my flying experience. Just a little bit.
I think we can find a healthy balance between like big, scene from Catch Me If You Can and like modern day air travel where they spit in your mouth. I would like to find a healthy medium.
Lies, lies, you're telling me that you'll be true. Lies, lies, that's all I ever hear from you. Tears, tears, I shed a million tears for you. Tears, tears, and now you're loving someone new. Someday I'm gonna be happy, but I don't
like you, but sweeter.
Please tell your friends about this show.
That was quite a show. Very entertaining. I want to live!
This has been a Talkback Podcast.
Yeah, they just keep making the seats smaller in the hopes that you won't actually be able to fit in there.
And they're like, can we get these fuckers to stand up? Mm-hmm. Can we get them to stand up for the whole flight now?
I swear,
can we do it?
It's only a matter of time before some airline invents seats cost extra.
We're close.
Yeah.
Oh, we're close. There's nowhere more evident the end point of capitalism, what competition in capitalism actually looks like than air travel, where like the way that people that love capitalism will be like, it'll make everyone try harder. And what we actually see is that they all look at each other and go, okay, if we all go down, they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
If we all go down together, then no one can complain. They don't have any options.
Yeah, competition might actually work in industries where it doesn't cost all that much to enter the industry, but like to start an airline, you need at minimum like $1 billion. So
you need a few planes.
Yeah,
I'll tell
really
you that
limits the amount of new companies in the space. And then any new company that does start, they'll just get bought by a bigger company.
And when I was a kid, I dreamed that one day I could start my own company so I could get acquired by a larger company and get a financial payout.
That's what we all want. I said to when I was 2 years old, I said to my dad, I want to start a company that gets acquired by a bigger company. And my dad said, how can you talk?
When I was a kid, I really wanted to start a small company that got bought by a larger company, and then I wanted to buy Twitter.com, and I wanted to beg Jeffrey Epstein to let me on his island. I said, please, Jeffrey.
I'm totally cool and normal, I swear. Please let me go to Pedophile Island.
Please, Jeffrey.
Right, please keep in the part where I said, let me go to Pedophile Island. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to keep it in and double it. It's going to happen periodically throughout the whole episode, and it will be very confusing. With the power of audio editing technology, I can make you do anything.
Sure.